Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my sorta, sometimes weekly review of Syfy Z Nation. This week we've seen Season 2, Episode 13, which is entitled Adiós, Muchachos. And I may have just completely butchered the last part of that. I had, practiced into the camera singing a few times before I started recording. I'll admit it. And I know I'm still late with these reviews, but my cat's out the door again, and I already fed her tonight, so I don't know what the hell to do. So I've been kind of touch and go with my reviews of this. I have done reviews for the past 2 episodes before this one, though, in a row. So I am trying to at least make sure I get a review done at some point within the span of the few days after the episode airs. It's just hard for me to do a review on the night of, because a lot of times my girlfriend will be over, there will be other things going on. But, I will try to get as close to it as I can, because Z Nation is just a really fun show, and this episode overall I thought was another pretty good one. It had some really good payoff in it. It's this sort of like a 2-parter episode we've gotten, with, I can't even remember her name now. Give me a second. I seem to do this every week, don't I? Well, hold on a second, guys. But, of course, this was continuing from last week's cliffhanger, where it was ordered that Vasquez would be injected with that, vaccine that Dr. Kurian and Murphy were working on. And, let's see. Let me see if I can find that name. Let's see. Yeah, Lorena. Okay. But yeah, Lorena ordered that Vasquez to be injected. Anyway, let's see if I can speak for a few minutes here. But, I didn't really think Vasquez was going to be injected that way. The cat's sort of distracting me right now. But, I just thought, Roberto was just going to, interrupt it or something like that, and it'd stop, and then, something else would, kind of transpire, aside from that, issue, or she'd, somehow delay it or something like that. But, I definitely did not expect, Kurian to be ordered to, inject it with himself. Inject it into himself, I should say. See, I still can't talk yet. Cat's still at the door. Say hi to the camera for once, kitty. There she is. There's Kitty. We'll put her on the bookshelf and see if that'll delay her at all. She's pissed off with me. But hopefully that'll buy us a few minutes. But I thought it was really fun seeing Murphy just watch. I didn't buy us any time at all, did I? I can see her right there. Oh shit. I apologize for this, guys, and now it's okay. Okay. Anyway, so it was really fun, seeing Murphy. Kitty's at the door again. This is not animal cruelty, guys. I just put her under a laundry basket. Because if I let her out, she'd be tapping on the door and disturbing other people out there, so what am I supposed to do? But, it was really funny, seeing Murphy. I think he was eating popcorn, just watching the whole event transpire and seeing what Kurian is going to say next and stuff like that. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I think I've said before that I really enjoy, Murphy and Kurian scenes together. So that was a lot of fun. And so, I don't want to talk too extensively about this. Z Nation's a show I heavily enjoy a lot of the time, but not one I can go like 20-30 minutes about or something like that. But the highlight to me of the episode was, of course, Vasquez and Escorpion, played by Emilio Rivera, and Vasquez finally saying that I wasn't trying to kill Lorena, I was trying to kill you. You killed my wife, my baby girl, my daughter. And I thought the guy who played Vasquez did a pretty good job, letting all that out. And it had a great payoff at the end of the episode. And when Kurian injected himself with that vaccine, of course that was meant to build an army for Murphy. That was part of the plan. And so when he injected himself and it didn't appear to do anything at first, of course Lorena had herself and a few of her other, members injected with it too. But it really just turned them into puppets for Murphy. And so I think it was really, really satisfying to see Murphy being able to control Kurian especially. Just that satisfaction you see Murphy got gave me satisfaction, so I thought it was kind of hilarious. And of course, characters like Warren are kind of put off by the way Murphy gets, sometimes consumed and almost too into the zombie part of himself, But of course, as always, once Murphy has some form of glory, it all kind of falls apart on him, because it ends up being that the people who who are injected with it end up craving the blood, and then they kind of came back to normal. They kind of turned back to normal a little bit, I should say. And I don't really know what's going on. I was reading IGN's review there saying it could be somewhat invulnerable now or something like that, or be a little bit stronger. I don't think they're invulnerable because I've seen some of those Zeros, get killed at the end of the episode by those zombies. But I think they're sort of like Cassandra, sort of half and half, except they can still be attacked by zombies apparently. But it did seem like Lorena survived at the end, huh? And Kitty's really pushing that basket, isn't she? Don't worry, I'll let her out as soon as I stop recording. And I really just like how the episode sort of came further and further into chaos. Roberta going to look for Vasquez and telling Addie and the rest of them to meet in the tunnel and stuff like that. And at first we think the final moment between Vasquez and Escorpion is going to be when Vasquez finally is able to put him in that thing he was being held in with a zombie like he did to him. But now when the group manages to get out of the underground facility, basically, it turns out Escorpion survived. But before we get to that, I should also mention that Kurian actually got decapitated by Warren. And I thought that was, it. But then his head ends up being carried around, and, the Zero that was carrying him, he just ends up dropping him, and you see the head being kicked around and stuff like that. But the head survives. Kurian's head survives. And so I wonder when we see Kurian again if we're going to see him in some kind of glass case or something like that. Sort of on Futurama, the frozen heads or something like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll see him attached to a robot or another body somehow. I don't know. But I am kind of glad that he's still around in a way, I guess, because I just think he's kind of a good antagonist for the show, a good reoccurring, sort of villain, and I always like his dynamic with Murphy, as I said. So I'm glad they kind of found a silly way, yes, but a unique way to keep him around anyway. So I'm glad he's not completely gone from the show. We'll probably see him again at some point. But before I get to the main confrontation between Vasquez and Escorpion, Lorena was also alive at the end, as I mentioned, and she appeared to pick up Kurian's head and carry him off at the end. So will we see Lorena again? I don't know, because a lot of times we don't see guest stars reappear. We don't see a particular character from a 1-2 episode story come back later for another thing. But who knows? They could kind of change it up a little bit. I know we'll see Kurian again, so we'd have to see her again too, right? I don't know, but it should be fun anyway. And as far as that final confrontation goes between Vasquez and Escorpion, it was a lot more satisfying than I thought it would be. Because I thought, if anything, Vasquez was going to escape somehow and just get a good shot in on him and or push him to the zombies and that'd be it or something. But we actually got a hand-to-hand fist fight with this, and it was really brutal. I like the way they shot it. The punches that were thrown looked like really hard hitting, so I really like the way they did that. And this whole story has kind of made me invest a little bit more in Vasquez's character as well. I don't know if I'd say I like him more than Garnett in season 1 yet. Maybe I'm still a little bit stunned by his death back in the 6th episode of season 1, but this whole thing with Vasquez has made me be more interested in him, and I'm looking forward to seeing him and Warren develop further, I guess. But that fight was really cool, and you see him get the flashes of his daughter and his wife being killed, and then that sort of gives him a adrenaline boost, and gets him really pissed off, and then he gets some really good shots in these and on the guy, and then they do end up having him pushed into the little the way they escape the facility. They push him into that, all the zombies mob him. He actually shows how tough he is by almost climbing out of it all, but then he gets pulled down and he's basically devoured by zombies at that point. I almost said walkers. I am wearing my Walking Dead shirt today, though, as you can see. Now, Walking Dead was on tonight, though, even though technically it is Monday now where I'm at. Again, sorry for the late upload, I guess. I'll try to be as close to Friday Z Nation episodes as I can, but again, no guarantees. So I thought that was really good, and it was kind of a fun sequence seeing them find the Caminos at the end, and seeing shots of them driving and sort of enjoying the little things. That's something you gotta learn from Zombieland. Enjoy the little things. Did I ever review that movie? I think I did. I don't think I did. But yeah, that's one I'll definitely have to look at sometime and review for you guys. But yeah, overall, a pretty good episode. I won't say it was one of my favorites ever, but it definitely had some good moments. And again, it's also showing Murphy's struggle between the human and zombie side of himself, and which one he really wants to invest his final choices in. But he did stop Warren from being injected at the beginning of the episode, so I do think when it comes down to it, Murphy will choose the good of the group. But we'll see. I really hope they don't turn Murphy into an all-out antagonist at any point. I do hope he's more of a good character when it comes down to it, and I think he is. But I'm looking forward to seeing how the story ends up going overall anyway. Well, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I was kind of stumbling a lot with my cat distracting me. But I think I kind of got back into it a little bit midway through the review, so I hope you guys found some enjoyment out of it. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Not sure exactly for what, but of course, the mid-season finales of both Vampire Diaries and the originals are on Thursday, and anything else I'm forgetting right now or something else that comes up, I'll let you guys know. Add me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, MoviePilot, look for me on spoileded.com. Catch you guys next time. Does my cover photo look good? I like it. The cover art on my channel. I think it looks good. I'm using that Strain heart as my profile picture and avatar now. I think it's a pretty good idea, sort of like a logo type of thing. I didn't create that heart, by the way. I found it, and I'm using it. It's just really awesome looking. I had it on my cover art for a while, but now I just wanted to fill it out with other things. But, yeah. Alright, I'm going to cut this short before I start stuttering and stumbling over my words for the 15th time. So, yeah, next time.